What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Game Week FC. My name's Travis, my brother Parker. We're here to talk with you guys about our best bets, etc. for this coming weekend. What is it, week 11 now?
I believe so, yep. Everyone's played 10.
Week 11. And we've had an interesting weekend. I'm about to show you guys our records. We've been all over the place this past week. Sorry for not getting um, our records out, calculating those. I was out of town. Parker was out of town. It was just a crazy um, past couple weeks, but we're back, and I'm gonna pull up our records here. Parker, you actually had a very good week. Um, I, however, had a very poor week, possibly my worst weekend so far. So,
Yikes.
yes, Saturday's games were atrocious. Um, for me, Sunday's games helped, but once again, Parker, our scores kind of mirror each other. You're kind of creeping back
Yeah.
up towards me.
Yeah,
49-6.
we are coming back. I wish I had a little bit better than 500, but you know, can't complain. The best bet hit, so we're
Yeah,
doing all right.
yeah. Honestly, I'm pretty sure I told you guys that you may as well just fade whatever my best bet is. I could go 9-1, and the one that loses is probably my favorite bet. So honestly, you should probably just fade me at this point. Um,
I mean, I'm
but
not I'm not a ton better, honestly. Fade us both, and you're up for sure.
yeah, I mean,
The re-
nevertheless,
the records don't lie.
we'll get one eventually. So I'm not gonna give up on that. But yeah, you went 5-5. I went 3-6-1. Both my player, we did pretty well in player props this past weekend, but everything else we're just kind of crap at.
Is that a foreshadow to the next 15, 20 minutes?
Possibly, very possibly. Um, all right. Well, anyways, let's get right into it. Here are the games coming up this weekend. We're going to start off with a rematch of the Europa League final, correct? Tottenham, Man United.
Yes. This should be a good one. Tottenham really have been in a sort of slump in the Premier League, that is. They looked good today in the Champions League, or that was yesterday. Mickey Van de Ven with that incredible solo run. But this one I'm going back to a player prop. Um, I found Amad Diallo shot on goal, just one, was plus money, at least on Hard Rock. I'm curious to see what it is on here. Obviously, he's bagging 2 goals against Forest
Ah,
last time out.
he is plus money.
Yep, there it is. I love it.
That's solid.
Ride the hot hand.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Um, I so my trends didn't really work last weekend. They're not going to work every time, but past 5 times these two teams have played, Tottenham have actually not lost against Man United. I believe past 3 times they've played at home against Man United. I think they've won 2 of those. Let me double check. I know they haven't lost them past 5 times they've played. So my best bet's going to be Tino bet Tottenham. I mean, after the Champions League game, Tottenham's got to be feeling good. United coming off a pretty stinking game against Nottingham Forest past week, and honestly, mentally, if you think about it, like every single United fan was hoping for, you know, they were hoping they were going to get to 5 wins in a row, and that dude was going to get to stop growing his hair out. However, that didn't happen, so they have to restart all over again. And deep down, I feel like they've got to be a little bit disappointed, and it's going to be hard to get out of that mindset. And I just think, yeah, I think Tottenham's going to take advantage of that with the high that they are on after this Champions League win and take that into the weekend. So um, that's why I'm going to take in this game. I'm looking at it now. Tottenham have actually won the past four games against Man United.
Hmm.
Um, 1-0, 1-0, 4-3, 3-0, and then they tied 2-2 back in January 14th, 2024. So that's uh, that's going to be my pick in this game.
So let me ask you this. Out of these
Sprinkle.
two teams, who do you think needs the points more?
I mean, they both need it. I mean, Tottenham, I think, didn't they lose to Everton this past weekend? Wasn't that the last game that they? No, they beat Everton, right? No, they lost to Chelsea. That's what it was.
Yeah, it was
Um,
London Derby.
yeah, I mean, Tottenham's trying to stay within the top four or five. So, and of course, Man United are in eighth. They're kind of, I mean, they're still right there. They're right behind everybody. So,
It's still pretty jumbled up.
yeah, I mean, I don't think Man United need this game that much more than Tottenham. Um, I just think, yeah, Man United. I mean, Man United have the rest advantage because they didn't play midweek. So I understand that, but I'm just gonna roll with the trends and Tottenham at home. I think they can rally with their fans.
That's
Uh,
fair. I kind of think Tottenham need it more. Did you see that interaction between Jed Spence
I
uh,
did.
and the coach after? I'm just blanking on his name. Thomas Frank after that game.
Yeah, well, it was Spence and it was also Mickey Van de Ven.
Yeah,
And honestly, I thought that was gonna affect their Champions League game this week, but it obviously didn't. So
it
I don't
did
think it's
not.
that big of a problem.
Yeah,
I think
let's hope they figured that out in the dressing room and everything's good.
yeah, I mean, after losing a tough game like that, it's always going to be, you know, people are going to be frustrated and do, stuff that they might not usually do. But I think they'll be fine. I think Thomas Frank knows how to deal with that. All right, moving on to battle of the bottom three, I guess, four. Um, Burnley, West Ham. West Ham got their first win at home this season. How about that?
Yeah, how about that? And I'm gonna ride the wave. So I know I've talked about the Premier League Pick'em league that I'm in. And we're obviously 10 weeks in, so there's about half the league left that I still have to pick. So I'm going with the Hammers this week. Um, Burnley have been pretty poor for most of the year. So let's see if the Hammers can string a couple results together here. Give me Hammers money line.
Yeah, I feel the same way. This seems like a spot that we should like, go with the momentum with West Ham. Because Burnley, I mean, they're the worst team in expected goals allowed in the league, and they're also the worst in creating goals, expected goals XG. So I I mean, West Ham's not much better in terms of XGA, but they do create more chances than Burnley, have a better defense. So I would definitely lean towards the Hammers. However, past five times they've played, the away team has gotten a result.
Mm,
So I'm not totally convinced with that. Although my initial thought was yes, West Ham are gonna win this game. I can't be totally certain with that. So I'm not gonna go with that. I'm actually gonna go with Mr. Handy Dandy Jared Bone, as always.
When
Um,
in doubt.
when in doubt, when in doubt, as long as that number stays under 200, I'm probably going to take it. Because Jared Bone has continuously come through
It's a
uh, in,
wagon.
terms, in terms of
He's a
shots on
wagon.
target. Yeah, he's a wagon. Definitely sprinkle score or assist Jared Bone as well.
Yeah, love
Um,
that.
at plus 115. But yeah, I think Jared Bone's the man. I think West Ham might have it figured out, but I'm not quite ready to trust them fully. Moving on to Everton Fulham. This is another game with a similar trend that I've seen. Past 5 times they've played, the away team has gotten a result. In the past 3 times they've played against each other at Everton, the total has gone under 2.5. Um,
Hmm.
so I don't know. What do you think? What are you
You know,
thinking in this?
I think both teams are looking at this fixture and thinking that they can get a result here. Um, and in some of these, 50-50 type of games, mid-table, mid to low table, I tend to side with the home side.
Hmm.
So give me the Toffees, tie no bet.
Mm. Okay, I don't mind that. Mm, this is a tricky game. I mean, Everton lost their past home game, so they're obviously going to be motivated to get something out of this game. But I do think Fulham are slightly the better team. Um, well, I don't know. Everton historically has been a very defensive team. However, their defense this year is allowing a much higher expected goals against XGA. They're actually in the bottom 5. I think they're fourth to last in expected goals allowed. So I think they're trying to play a more attacking brand of football, but it just means that they're going to give up more chances. So I actually think, oh man, this is tough.
I feel like I know where you're going here.
I'm leaning towards both teams to score, but I'm gonna take tie or Fulham.
Hmm. Opposite end. Well, I guess a draw would be okay for us both, but I kind of like both teams to score, honestly.
I do too. I do too. Let's see the past few times they've played, it's actually been 1-1. The scores ended 1-1, and I could totally see that happening again. Um,
I
yeah,
mean,
1-1, 1-1.
should we both pivot and just ride both teams to score here?
uh, I don't know. Hold on, let me check these player props really
You
quick.
kind of got me on the fence. I kind of like Ndai to score too. He's been in decent form,
NJ shot on targets minus 130.
pretty good too.
That's
A
not
little
bad.
safer.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my double chance Fulham.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll
Yep.
stay. I'll stay in my zone too.
Okay, kind of scares me, but I'm gonna stick with the trends on this one. Let's
It
move on
hasn't really
to
hasn't done that well for you the last couple weeks.
yeah, it'll come through at some point. Let's see, Sunderland, Arsenal. This is actually a fascinating game.
I don't think so. The last like 6 games Arsenal have played, they just like sucked the life out of the game. And it's just one, two, 3 goals, job done, on to the next, pack it up. Like the last 6 results have been 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 3-0, 1-0, 2-0. Like, so I'm taking Arsenal minus 1.5. They don't concede, and yeah, I mean they're just taking care of business.
Mm,
I don't have anything else to say. Don't overthink it.
yeah, I'm trying not to. I can't help but think that Granit Xhaka is playing against his old team, and he wants to
Like
prove something.
Sunderland are coming off that emotional game, that Granit Xhaka late goal. Like it's it's the stereotypical like there's too much air in the Sunderland balloon after the game last week, and this is the game that that balloon pops and they come back to earth.
Mm. Um, this is really tough. I want to support Sunderland in this one. I really do. I genuinely don't know where to go. Um, I mean, the Arsenal minus 1.5 is kind of tempting. Um, hmm. Hmm.
I mean,
I don't
I
know what to
don't
say.
I don't hate
I'll
Saka 2 shots on goal either.
I'll go. I'll stick with the same thing that I did last week. I'll do Arsenal money line and under 3.5 goals.
Yeah,
Um, it just
I like it.
that's been working every single game. So that's yeah, I'll go with that. But I would love for Sunderland to get a result in this. I really would.
Don't hold your breath.
All right. Yeah, I took too long to decide that one. Apologize. Um, Chelsea Wolves.
Yeah,
I
this is
mean,
another quick one for me. Um, Wolves are terrible. Chelsea coming off the big win against Tottenham over the weekend. Chelsea minus 1.5. Take care of business. On to the next.
Chelsea minus 1.5
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking like a 2-0 here.
spread. 2-0. Interesting. Um, I like that. Fun fact: both teams have scored past 5 times. Past 5 times these two teams have played.
Not this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chelsea money line over 2.5 goals.
Okay.
It could be 3-0, it could be 2-1, it could be 3-1. So I'm gonna roll with that.
Well, let's hope for a Chelsea 3-0 and everyone's
Yeah,
happy.
could be ugly. Not gonna lie, could be ugly. All right, moving on to Crystal Palace, Brighton. What do you got?
I mean, I feel like the last probably 5 out of 6 weeks or so, I've picked Palace, Tino bet in some form or a Mateta goal last week. Um, and they haven't really led me wrong. So I have no reason to bet against Palace. At home against Brighton, I kind of like it. I kind of like goals in this one. Um, and I'm kind of all over the place right now. I kind of want to ride the Mateta goal machine again, but we're not. And we're going to play safe. We need to build the record back up. So give me Crystal Palace tie, no bet.
Yeah, I like that. I really do. Yeah, I was thinking to take both teams to score in this game. It just seems like a 1-1 draw kind of game. Um,
I think both teams would be happy with a draw here as well. It just kind of feels like that
for sure.
type of matchup, type of game.
For sure. But last week I thought Brentford was going to get a draw um, against Palace, but they didn't. I thought both teams were going to score last weekend, and they didn't. So yeah, honestly, I'm gonna stick with you on this one. Tino Bet Palace seems like the best play to do. I'm also gonna sprinkle Ismail Assar to score or assist. I think he is due for some production.
All right. Cheers. Welcome to the good side.
Cheers. Villa Bournemouth.
This has potential to be the game of, well, not the game of the week, but potentially the most entertaining game. I don't know where to go on this. I've gone back and forth so many times. I feel like the safe-ish bet is both teams to score. That was kind of my initial gut. So let's do that. Let's do both teams to score.
Okay. Minus 155. Um,
Not great, but
I don't like this game. Villa have not lost to Bournemouth past 5 times they've played, which is kind of surprising. This year, I genuinely feel like Bournemouth is the better team.
agreed.
Um, so I really don't know. I really don't know where to go with this one. Hmm. This is tough, man.
Yeah.
This is really tough. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
with
I
my
could
guy.
Semenya. Yeah,
He came through last weekend. He's gonna come through again.
I was
Um,
about to say this kind of feels like a game where Bournemouth surrender possession to Villa and kind of revert to their counterattacking style. Um, so I could see Semenyo causing some problems. So I like that.
yeah. I yeah, I don't trust Villa. They don't score many goals. They don't um their XGA is not I mean, it's okay, but yeah, I think Bournemouth's the better team, but just the fact that they haven't beaten Villa the past 5 times they played has me worried. So I'm just gonna stick with player prop here. Uh Semenyo, I think he's gonna find a way to get something. Ride the train, him and Jared Bowen, man.
Yep.
They're they are an absolute train. Brentford, Newcastle. Um, I don't even know. I'm gonna go with both teams to score in this game, honestly.
So that was my bet as well. But I also like what's the odds on DraftKings for Kevin Schade to have a shot on goal?
Minus 130.
Yeah, I'll take that. I like that.
Okay. Uh, all right.
In and out of the G-Tech. Love it.
Yeah. Nottingham Forest leads.
Gut reaction was this game stinks. Um, but I think it's actually going to be kind of entertaining. So I kind of like both teams to score here. I kind of feel like it's going to be similar to the Forest United game last week. A little frantic, some late drama. So yeah, give me both teams.
Okay. I'm gonna take Forest to win. That's what I'm gonna take. I
All right.
think I think there is decent talent gap here, and Forest have won past few times they've played at home against Leeds. I think they're due for a win at home under Sean Deitch. I just feel like it's gotta something's gotta give. Talent should come through in this one. Uh,
How about we get a goal or assist from the forgotten man, Dan and Doy. He's been so quiet since week two.
you changing your pick?
No, I'm not, but in an ideal
Sprinkle
world, yeah, I might sprinkle it. He's probably dropped tremendously.
or assist?
Plus, he's right there, 230, 250 left.
Where is he? 230? Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
might be a sprinkle play.
yeah, it's not bad. I'd probably sprinkle Elliot Anderson to get a score or assist as well. Plus 425. The man is being sought after now.
He
Um,
is.
he's a very talented player. Um,
They
all right,
got
let's
him
move
off
on.
an absolute steal from Newcastle because of
Right?
PSR rules. They just had to offload someone.
Yeah, I mean,
Great deal for Forest.
incredible. He's a really good player.
All right.
Lastly, we have the big one.
Game of the week. Big result for Liverpool midweek. Um, beating my Real Madrid. It felt like, as a Madrid fan going into that game particularly, I hated it. Liverpool obviously have not been in the best form, and it felt like a big game, big night under the lights at Anfield is exactly what they needed. A lot of pressure, and they came through. And it feels like the sort of game that would kickstart their season, and that worries me. But I think having these two games back to back is is exactly what they needed. Um, I think you maybe mentioned it a couple weeks ago. Like they've been struggling against the sort of mid table teams. Obviously, um, I'm sure you've got some historical trends for this one, but I mean this has been the game of the year the last what 5 6 years,
Hmm.
um, and most of the time I feel like it ends in a draw. But both teams to score is a likely scenario in my head, but it just feels like both teams are gonna be happy with the draw. Give me a draw.
Mm. I don't mind
Sorry,
that.
I really went on this long tangent about
That's
everything
okay.
just to pick a draw.
That's okay.
I've been going
Um,
back and forth.
yeah, I mean this is interesting. This is a really interesting game. I'm kind of surprised that City are this much favored. Um, I mean Liverpool have been they do seem like they're picking it up. gotten two really good results recently. Uh, I definitely lean towards picking Manchester City to win this game. I definitely lean towards it. However, I'm looking at past four times they've played, and the total has gone under 2.5 goals. And obviously, right now, the over under is 3. So, I mean, I just feel like being a big game like this, being a big game like this, it's things are going to be tense, they're going to be tight. Um, so I'm kind of leaning towards under 3.5.
I like that. I also kind of like first half under, probably under half a goal. I think it'd be 0-0 at the break.
Under 1.5. Yeah, that's not bad. And if you think about both of these teams were coming off Champions League midweek games, so it would be a little sluggish, but I don't know. You can always go with the Erling Haaland goal.
Yeah, I thought about throwing that one in the ring, but I don't know,
Honestly,
might be a
forget
sprinkle.
my under. Forget my under. I have to take this guy.
Oh, he's switching
I
against his
have
own team.
I have to take him. I mean, this guy is on fire, and
Well, his
Liverpool's
defense does
defense.
not look great.
Yeah, I mean, recently, past two games, Liverpool have looked a little bit better because they switched up their midfield. But I'm just gonna take this guy because he is playing at a Ballon d'Or level right now. Um, and I'm not gonna not take him and then regret it. So that's what I'm gonna take.
Might be the best pick right there.
Yeah. Um, I just don't want to regret not picking him. I don't want to regret this game becoming like a 3-2, 4-3 game and Holland having a hat trick, looking like an idiot. So that's what I'm going to take.
Okay.
That is the last game that we have. So, Parker, do you know what your favorite bet is?
Yep. I'm finishing where I started. Ahmad Diallo, shot on goal.
Mm, okay. So Parker's favorite bet is Amand Diallo, 1+ shot on target.
Back to back player prop picks for me.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm gonna say my favorite pick is Forest Moneyline. I think that's my favorite pick. Um, yeah, I'm insane. But come on, you lads. Come on, you trees.
Dan and
So
Doy.
we both got plus money picks as our favorite plays of the weekend. So have fun with that. But
Juice pot, baby. It's a juice pot.
hopefully we can have a little bit better weekend this time around than last. But yeah, it should be fun. Should be fun. We appreciate you guys watching our videos. The few that watch them, we don't get much, but we appreciate everyone that does, and you are getting valuable content. Um, I promise you that.
Most
Maybe not
weekends.
last, maybe not last weekend, but um, we've got a lot of. I don't want to brag that we have ball knowledge, but I'd say we have better ball knowledge than most. So,
I'd agree.
um, yeah. But yeah, guys, that's all we got. Appreciate you. Make sure you like, subscribe. It means the world to us. And we shall see you guys next video. And as always, adios.
Adios.